Hey, what is up, folks? It is Will with Exposing the IWC, and today we're talking about something that the internet was firing off about last night, Monday Night Raw, of course, and specifically this whole notion that Rhea Ripley is built too strong and is hurting the women's division, or more specifically, the Judgment Day booking. Do you believe that? Is that true? I'll be giving a real actual breakdown of that. If you're sensitive, or if you are a stan of Liv Morgan or Rhea Ripley or whatever, and you can't take an actual real opinion on this issue, and you don't get upset about it, this probably is not the best stream for you, because I'm going to be breaking it down, give you the real talk about that situation. Is she overbooked? Well, not really overbooked. Is she too strong? Is the booking bad for the division? Everybody that faces her, are they all screwed? I guess that's the question here. We'll break that down. And of course, we talk about all the stuff that happened on Raw, because I thought it was a good Raw. I thought. If you agree, I don't know. But Raw's been good for last month, so that's not really an issue. If you're watching this on stream, do me a favor and like the video. If you're watching this on replay, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. And let me know if you think Rhea Ripley is overbooked or not. I keep saying overbooked, not overbooked. Is she too strong? That's the question. That's the topic that IWC discussing last night. It's pretty funny. We'll talk about that here in a second. But before we get into Raw, well, yeah, let's just get into Raw. I mean, what else to talk about, really? People are surprised that Liv Morgan running away from. Yeah, that's the question. Apparently, we'll break it down. Okay, let's just start from the beginning. Okay, so Raw opened up with a very nice vignette, or like a recap of what happened in the last couple of weeks, which is very good. Like I said before, on Twitter and on stream, the Judgment Day, the new Judgment Day, the Revenge Tour, the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, however you want to say it, is basically the top storyline on Raw now, and the WWE. It's the big show, the big storyline is carrying Raw. And they open up the show with a nice little vignette, well executed, well filmed, well put together production to show you what's going on in that feud. And it was pretty well done. And if you didn't know that was the top storyline, you should know now. So they tell you what happened in the last couple of weeks, and then Rhea Ripley comes down there, big pop. She's touching the fans, right? She's touching the fans. Like I said before, she is a full-on baby face now. And she is touching the fans. She's communicating with the crowd. She's trying to get the crowd's reaction. You know, she's trying to get a reaction from the crowd. We are full on Rhea Ripley babyface run. How do folks feel about that? I don't know. I think she's better as a heel. So we'll see how this plays out. It's very easy for her to play the heel role. She's a natural heel. She likes the heel role. Will she work the babyface route well? Will it be a mistake? I think, let's be honest, right? She was already a face as it is with the fans. She was acting like a heel, but getting a face reaction. Did they really have to change anything? Did they really have to make any adjustments? They could have kept doing the same thing over and over again, really, and been fine, because she was getting a babyface reaction. But now she's actually leaning into the face role. How will that play out? Will that hurt her star power? Will it be a distraction for the fans that liked the way she was before? I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. But she's a full-on heel. I think they shouldn't have changed much. I don't think she should have changed much at all, honestly. I think she should have been the same exact character and directed her hate towards Liv. I don't think she needs to be interacting with the crowd or doing high fives and handshakes. That's not necessary, but we'll see how it goes, okay? She's very much in the babyface role, right? She's playing to the crowd. She talked about what happened on SmackDown. She was embarrassed. Well, not SmackDown, on SummerSlam. She was embarrassed about what happened on SummerSlam. She was heartbroken. She makes a jab to Dominic Mysterio about not being deep enough, or her backstabbing her in the back wasn't deep enough. Ha ha ha, you know. Well, she would know. In kayfabe, she would know. So, I mean, that was an interesting line. Well done. Funny. But again, she would know in kayfabe. And then she said that Liv Morgan can't run forever. And that's a big talking point for the IWC right now. Liv Morgan running, right? Running away from her. Liv Morgan interrupts Rhea. talks about how she says a dude in the crowd was ugly when Dom was trying to talk. That was pretty funny. I thought it was a very well done segment for the most part. Dominic Mysterio, once he tried to talk, he said that Rhea Ripley didn't treat him like a man. He got the "you suck" chance. He said that Liv Morgan treats him like a man, gives him tendies, lets him play video games whenever he likes. She basically lets him be him, which is why he chose her over Rhea Ripley. That's his explanation or his thought process. Again, Rhea Ripley is embarrassed. She talks about how she says she was proud of him. So this is the part of the promo that didn't work for me. Rhea Ripley started talking about how she was proud of Dom, and that was like a weird kind of part of it. I don't think they need to put that in there. They could have cut that out completely. The fans started wetting her. I don't know if it's because she said she was proud of him, but I just thought that whole segment, that section of the promo, that section of the segment wasn't great. They could have left out the whole "I'm proud of you, Dom" thing. I didn't think it worked well. Ultimately, she said, it doesn't matter because no matter what you did, just I'm coming after you. Or she says something like, she says, it'll be the last decision you make. I just thought that whole section wasn't great. Then Liv started talking again. And she said, I thought Liv part here was well done. I thought Liv did well. She said, you got nothing. You got no family. Your family is miles away in Australia. Your supposed family I took from you. I took your family. I took Dom. I took the women's championship. And I run this division. I thought that was well done for Liv Morgan. I thought that was good. Liv did fine here. I thought she did well. Rhea Ripley's, again, the "I'm proud of you" stuff I didn't like, but overall I thought she was fine. The "what" chance wasn't a big deal. It was fine. It didn't really detract from anything. So I thought it was fine. Now, Rhea Ripley says, well, are you done? Because I want you to shut the hell up. Big pop from the crowd, right? She said, you got rid of my weak links. Talking about Finn and JD, but not Damien, of course, because she still has Damien. And she says, well, it's good that you like to run your mouth because now we know where you are. And then Damian Priest popped up behind them. Now, once they saw Damian Priest, Liv Morgan ran. Dom tried to run. Damian Priest grabbed him. There's a brawl that went into effect here, a brawl. Liv Morgan jumped on Damian Priest's back. Then Rhea Ripley showed up, and then she ran. All right, Liv Morgan ran away to get away from Rhea Ripley. Now, Dom tries to run down to the ring. He catches him in the ring. Carlito comes out there, and then the match starts, basically. So that's pretty much the opening segment. Thought it was a good segment for the most part. The crowd liked it, so on and so forth. Now, the issue with the IWC is they are upset with how, well, not they, basically Liv Morgan fans and people who are upset with Rhea Ripley's booking, they have a problem with Liv Morgan running away, which kind of goes back to this whole idea of Rhea Ripley is booked so strong and she needs to be weak sometimes. And what's going on here, okay? Let me give you a run of some of the reactions online I'm getting about Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, and we'll discuss whether it makes sense or not, all right? So here is some of what's been said online. Here's an example right here. If I can pull it up here. Why does it always do this? Triple H is showing his bias. He's for Priest and Rhea Ripley, clearly. I understand that he wants them to look strong, but make Dom and Liv look like cringe little idiots in this promo was a terrible idea because it made the whole faction of the Judgment Day look dumb. Okay, that's one idea there. What else we got here? Let's find something else. Making Balor scared of Rhea and not letting Dom give his actual reasons of betraying Rhea. Well, he gave his reasons of betraying Rhea and making Liv run from her each week. This is some diabolical writing. So some folks are not, Liv Morgan fans are not happy with this booking. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. This was my biggest fear. Once Rhea got hurt while she was gone, everyone was thriving and built up perfectly. Now she's back. Everyone just feels lesser. Here's another example. As we arrive at the final hour of the show, it seems like we are not getting any more Judgment Day content, so I'll say my piece. I was willing to give them last week, given that Rhea Ripley and Priest needed to get their licks back, but for them to look this week, again, triple fraud, you. Okay. And Rhea Ripley herself got into this. I'm too strong for you? How about you cry about it? That was directed towards Liv Morgan, but it wasn't really a Liv Morgan comment. It's more about the fans. It's directed toward Liv, but she's reacting to the fandom because she's always online. She's always reading the Twitters and the tweets and the Instagrams and all that stuff. So this is very much a direct at the fans here. And here is another one. I don't know if this is Maya, who's in the chat often. It may be. I'm not 100% sure. But this individual said, I can find it. Someone tell Triple H that it's okay to make Rhea Ripley look weak for once. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of it, folks. It is Maya, okay. So that's kind of the gist of it. Maya, get on the stream. I need to talk to you for a second. So that's kind of the gist of it, all right? People are upset with how strong she's booked, and they think it's making the division look bad because she's way too damn strong, so on and so forth. All right. So let's talk about this, okay? Is Rhea Ripley too strong? You know, it's interesting that folks are talking about this now. I've been talking about her booking for a while now. Not so much how strong it is. That's not really my issue with Rhea Ripley's booking. It's more about the allocation of time. She's given a lot of time and a lot of juice from creative. For example, look at this. Look what happened yesterday. She opened up the show. How often do we see women open up the show? It doesn't happen very often under Triple H. Under Vince McMahon, we saw a lot of times, right? A lot of women used to open up the show, Becky, Bianca, and so forth. But under Triple H, it doesn't happen very often. But who does it happen for? Rhea Ripley, his daughter. Now, I joke about that, but it's the truth. Okay, we all know it. It's not a secret at this point. Triple H loves Rhea Ripley. He loves her like a daughter, potentially. He said he's like a proud dad, so that's his word. So I'm not pushing anything on him, okay? He loves Rhea Ripley. She gets a lot of booking, a lot of strong booking, but more importantly for me, she gets a lot of time and a lot of space within creative to work and get over and get a lot of good stories. That's my main issue with Rhea Ripley's booking. Now that's not really the topic here. The topic is really about how strongly she's booked and how it's hurting Liv Morgan and the division as a whole. In wrestling, we have this thing called power scaling. You have characters or wrestlers, however you want to say it, that are scaled in different levels, and they use that scaling within their storytelling, okay? It is important, I believe, to keep certain individuals strong because it makes big matches later on down the line. Nobody wants to see a big match between two people. There's no dream matches between folks that are losing all the time, okay? Or taking bad L's. You have to protect some people. Rhea Ripley is held in high regard by the creative team and Triple H. Therefore, she protected. What does that help you do later on when you want to tell a big storyline, a big match? Get Rhea Ripley, she's booked strong. Someone like Bianca Belair is also booked strong. Now, because she's booked strong, you can pull her into a big feud or a big match, and then it's called a money match because of how they're protected. Nobody wants to see a match between Bianca and Rhea Ripley. If Rhea Ripley is routinely losing to Liv Morgan or Natalya or whatever, and Bianca's losing to Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, okay, that's just the case, okay? They're not going to lose clean because in Triple H's mind, there is a vision for a big time match down the line. And you want to preserve that match. You want to preserve those storylines so you keep folks strong. Everybody with the same level, there will be no big money match. That's just how it is. Look at the men's division with Cody, Roman. They're all kept strong, and that leaves you to have these bigger matches down the line. So I don't have a problem so much with how strongly she booked. My main issue with Rhea Ripley's booking is the allocation of time and the creative juice she gets relative to everybody else. You can book her in the main event. You could book her in the biggest story, but I want other women in the division to also get big stories and big storylines and things of that nature and not be ignored. That's my main issue. I don't have a problem with her being booked strong. Now let's talk about Liv Morgan running away, right? In wrestling, heels are typically booked two ways. Either you're a monster heel or you're chicken shit. You run away, right? Liv Morgan is booked more chicken shit right now. Why? Well, she's probably because she's smaller than the Rhea Ripley. And they want to portray Rhea Ripley as a scary badass. Look no further than Becky Lynch. When Becky Lynch is a face, how's she booked? Like a badass, right? I don't run away from nobody. I'm always looking for a fight, yada, yada, yada. She doesn't back down from anyone. As a heel, big time Bex, she's booked as chicken shit for the most part. Not so much, not a lot, right? But she's scared of Bianca Belair. She avoids matches. She tries to get away from Bianca. She will run away in the match. She will, it's completely different booking. Her babyface run versus her heel run is completely different, right? That is by design. It's typical how it is. Now you could say Liv Morgan is a step too far, and I can understand that point. Becky wasn't running away at the same rate that Rhea Ripley is. In fact, Becky probably never ran away per se, but she did. She was chicken shit. She did try to avoid matches. She did try to get herself disqualified left and right. She did try to escape the babyface a lot of times, right? Not so much this though. This is a little bit more. And is that a problem? The way Liv Morgan is behaving? Because of the difference, right? Compared to babyface. That's how it is, right? Babyface Liv Morgan will not run. She will walk into a room with Rhea Ripley and face the consequences, right? That's just difference of booking from face to heel. They want her to be more of a chicken shit heel. It works fine with Dom in the Judgment Day. I can understand if you're a Liv Morgan fan, you're not a fan of that type of booking. I can understand it, but I don't have an issue with it as long as the storyline is good. As long as the creative team knows what they're doing and there's a plan. Does that make sense? So I don't have a problem with Liv running away from Rhea Ripley. As long as the storyline is good, as long as there's a plan here. They want to keep Rhea Ripley as this dominant, strong force that people fear. And if Liv Morgan is not afraid of Rhea Ripley as a face, in their minds, that's probably a problem. It's probably a problem because they want it to be credible and believable. And in their minds, face Rhea and babyface Liv Morgan works better with Liv Morgan being chicken shit. Is it good or bad? I don't think it's good or bad. I just think it is. We'll have to see how it plays out. So I don't think Rhea Ripley is too strong in that regard. Like I said before, my biggest issue with Rhea Ripley's booking is more about the allocation of time and how much creative juice she gets, and how much favoritism she gets in terms of storylines. Rhea Ripley is at the top of the storyline. Top storyline in WWE is her story with Liv Morgan, and that is what it is. Now you could argue that Liv Morgan fans should not be complaining about anything because she's in the top storyline. She's getting creative juice. She's on TV all the time. They shouldn't really be complaining about it because her relationship with Rhea Ripley is what's getting her on TV. That, let's be honest, like I said before, gotta be honest about this stuff. If you're not willing to hear the truth, or at least my opinion, probably shouldn't be here, okay? Liv Morgan is benefiting from the Rhea Ripley rub, okay? She's benefiting from how much Triple H loves Rhea Ripley, okay? Because she had that storyline set in stone, they came up with this idea like, oh, wow, Liv Morgan hates Rhea Ripley. She wants to have a revenge tour. We can make this work. We can do something with this. Oh yeah, by the way, Rhea is getting a lot of babyface reactions. What if we put Liv Morgan with Dominic Mysterio? How would that work? Wouldn't that be interesting? Okay, cool. This is how we turn her face. Yada, yada, yada. Liv Morgan is benefiting from the Rhea Ripley rub, or she's benefiting from how much Triple H loves Rhea Ripley, right? That's the case. So I don't have a problem with how strongly she booked right now. Again, it's more about the time she's given. That's my main issue. Becky tried to avoid Bianca until she couldn't. Exactly. She tried to avoid her. Now, Becky would stand in the ring with Bianca for sure. I guess that's the difference here, right? Becky would stand in the ring with Bianca, even though she was scared, and she cut a promo and talk shit. And then once the fisticuffs happen, she'll try to back off and run away, or she'll try to freak out and run out once it start getting physical. But she's standing in the ring toe to toe with Bianca before the physical stuff happens. I guess their issue is Liv Morgan won't even do that. Like, Liv Morgan will not stand in the ring with Rhea Ripley one-on-one. Becky did that, even though she was scared. Liv Morgan won't do that at all. I guess that's the difference here. Is it a problem? I guess that's the question. Is it a problem? I don't think it's a problem yet, or per se. Again, as long as the storytelling is good, it's not really a problem for me. Let's say Rhea beats Liv at Bad Blood. Who the F does Rhea feud with after? Well, Justin, that's why I think she's not beating Liv Morgan anytime soon. I think the Judgment Day storyline is a top storyline right now in WWE, and it's going the distance. I think Liv Morgan will be champion all the way to Mania, I believe. Now, I don't know. She might lose it at Bad Blood, maybe. But I think because of what you just said, Liv Morgan will defend that title at Bad Blood and probably retain. And then they'll go to Survivor Series. I think Raquel Rodriguez is in play here. I think they're going to use Raquel to be the Liv Morgan's heater or her protector or her muscle. And that'll be one of the people on her Survivor Series team when they do the War Games match. It'll be Liv Morgan, Raquel, et cetera, against Rhea Ripley, Io Sky's now babyface, So that's kind of where I see this going. I think Liv Morgan will retain, whether it's hook or crook, probably, whether it's cheating, probably, whether it's interference from Raquel, maybe, but Liv Morgan will retain, and then we'll get Liv Morgan team against Rhea Ripley's team at Survivor Series, and we'll see what happens after that. But I think the Liv Morgan Dominic Mysterio relationship is going the distance, and I think because of the way Liv Morgan is talking, like she said before, last night, she said, "I took your family, took your title, it's mine." Like, that's going to be with her for a little bit. In order to tell this story, I think Liv Morgan needs to be champion for a good bit. My biggest problem with the story is that they are not using the momentum of Dom and Finn in the right way. You gotta be more specific of that. What do you mean the momentum? God help us if Liv Morgan is still champion at Mania. Liv Morgan, the Revenge Tour, is very much a part of the new Judgment Day storyline. Judgment Day does not have a singles title on their team. She's it. She's the singles title. They lose that, got tag team champions. I think the Judgment Day will have that title for a while. Beyond Bad Blood, beyond Survivor Series, into the Rumble season, Liv Morgan will be champion. I think Rhea Ripley will win the Chamber, because that's something she hasn't done yet. So she went to Chamber for the first time. She'll take on Liv Morgan at Mania. There'll be a bunch of run-ins from Raquel and other people, probably. And then she finally beats Liv Morgan and gets her revenge back. I could be wrong. Maybe Triple H's love for Rhea Ripley won't let her go past Bad Blood. Maybe Bad Blood will be it for Liv Morgan. But I just don't think... Look at that show last night. Look how they open up the show. That vignette of the recap. It's like a soap opera, for crying out loud. This is the top storyline. I do not see Liv Morgan dropping that belt in 2 months, or less than 2 months. I don't see it. I think Liv Morgan will retain by hook or crook, and then we go to Mania. That's what I think. But do I think she's too strong? No. Don't think she's too strong. I think she is... I think it's okay to be strongly booked. You just got to make sure... I just want everybody to get their time to shine. That's all. Give them time. Give time to everybody. Not just Rhea Ripley, not just to the Revenge Tour. Give time to the roster as a whole, and give them some creative juice. Actually give them something to work with. Some actual substance in their storylines. That's what I want to see. Not so much her losing. I don't need to see Rhea Ripley lose clean to anybody. But I want to see a good storylines. I want to see good storylines down the card. That makes sense? Yeah, JB, that's a very good point. Rhea Ripley is about to find out what it's like to be booked as a strong babyface on the main roster. Yep. Internet will start turning. You're absolutely right, my friend. They love you when you're a heel. They're like, when you're a cool, badass heel, especially when you're a woman, they like it. Once you're a face, then you start seeing Rhea Hogan, right? Oh, she's Rhea Hogan. She booked too strong. She's beating up all the faces. I mean, all the heels, right? That's how it's going to be. Bianca went through the same thing. And now she's going to go through the same thing. That's how the internet reacts. They don't like strongly booked faces unless you're Cody Rhodes. You're going to be seeing a lot of Rhea Hogan. I mean, if I just search Rhea Hogan and see what comes up. Rhea Hogan, please shut the hell up. Rhea Hogan. All right, little bro, pack it up. No, you got to deal with this. You got to deal with it. Bianca fans had to deal with it. It's not right. I'm not saying it's right, but it's going to happen. Bianca fans had to deal with it. Bayley fans had to deal with it a little bit. Becky fans had to deal with it. Definitely Becky fans, right? Especially when it comes to Liv Morgan, right? When Becky won the title, remember when they thought, oh, Liv Morgan got screwed. How could Liv Morgan get screwed by Becky Lynch? Oh my God. They put it on Becky. Why? Becky Hogan shouldn't put anybody over. And then like 2 weeks later, Liv Morgan won it. It was so stupid, right? Have one with Becky, have one with Bianca. Rhea's going to get it. The Rhea Hogan's going to come. I'm not saying it's right. It's not the right thing to do, but Liv Morgan fans tonight call her Rhea Hogan. Got mad at the Dom edit. Yeah, it's coming, folks. I mean, the fact that Rhea Ripley can admit that she was built strong, like Rhea talked about it. She said that she booked too strong, and because of that, last year she wasn't able to build up anyone to face her because she booked too strong, so strong. She didn't say too strong. She said she booked so strong. A little different there, a little bit of difference there. But yeah, that's why she wasn't on the SummerSlam card. They couldn't come up with any challenges for her because she booked so strong. So something to think about. But yeah, you can see the Rhea Hogan tweets are out. You know. Rhea Hogan super mommy tweets finna hit. He knows what's coming. Let's see. The think pieces when Rhea beats Dom or Liv will be insane, right? After the crash out last night over the Rhea/Liv thing, I dread the reaction when Rhea pins Liv at Bash in Berlin. Yeah, that'll be interesting. From the Liv Morgan stance, that reaction when Rhea Ripley pins her, if she does pin her. Because Rhea Ripley was pinned by Kairi Sane at the Dark show. For the Dark match. Was that a precursor? Is that like a foreshadowing of what's going to happen? Probably not. But it's something to think about. Can a Liv Morgan fan explain to me why Rhea is Rhea Hogan? So last night, as you can see, all this is all from last night. The Rhea Hogan is coming. That's how it's going to be for Rhea Ripley fans and fans. That's how it's going to be. Rhea definitely pinning Liv Morgan in Bash, in Bash Berlin. I can see it. I just don't think it's too much to ask for you to have Liv get the upper hand on Rhea Ripley on Raw. Rhea hasn't looked weak on Raw since she returned. To be fair, that is correct. She did look bad. She didn't look weak, but she looked bad at SummerSlam. She looked embarrassed. She was embarrassed at SummerSlam. It wasn't a good look for her at SummerSlam. But I agree that she had not looked weak yet. That's going to happen when Raquel comes. Here's the thing. No man can touch her. So Finn, JD, Carlito not going to touch her. So they can't have physical violence towards her, right? But they can have somebody who's a woman beat her up. That's going to be Raquel Rodriguez. Folks, I'm sorry to tell you. I'm happy about it because I want to see Raquel back because I miss Raquel because I feel sorry about what happened to her. It's really, really sad about the whole skin thing. She's not injured. She's not on TV because of her skin condition. That's terrible. I don't want anybody to not be on TV because of that. And that sucks. I'm hoping she'll return soon. Raquel does. But yeah, it'll be Raquel. We've seen Rhea Ripley beaten up, looking weak before, right? We've seen it. I think I have a picture here. Let me pull it up real quick. Here we go. So here's an example of times where Rhea Ripley was looking bad, right? Or looking weak. What do you see here as a common denominator here? Nia Jax, Raquel, Shayna. This is when she looks sad. So everybody who had who one-upped her physically were seen as badasses, or like the MMA fighter, the big Raquel Rodriguez, the big Nia Jax. These are people who have stature. Triple H will not book her to lose to anyone or seem weak against anybody who doesn't have that size, right? She was getting squashed by Nia Jax every week. If you remember, leading up to the chamber match, she was getting squashed just like this week after week after week. She even taken out for like 2 weeks because of Nia Jax, right? In lead up to that chamber match. So what they need is, or whether I don't know if you like this or not, Liv Morgan fans, but Raquel Rodriguez coming in is going to be the X factor here. That's what's going to change things in terms of the dynamic. Rhea Ripley will not be on the ground, knocked out until Raquel Rodriguez comes into play. How about in segments? Within the match, anything can happen. We saw Liv Morgan defeat Rhea Ripley using the chair in Oblivion in a match, right? So Liv Morgan will get her shots in the match, right? But in terms of segments and promos, segments, stuff like that, backstage stuff, that'll be Raquel. So I don't know how you feel about that, but I don't think she's going to be looking weak anytime soon until Raquel comes into the picture. Raquel's heel turn will save her. Yeah, Raquel as a heel, go back and watch her in NXT. She was strong. She was booked strong. She was booked like a badass. She was actually like a real force as a heel. I think that's her best form. And I think Raquel as a heel will be champion on the main roster at some point. And I think she'll be an X factor in this whole feud here. Raquel will change the game. Raquel will be what allows Liv Morgan to have a longer reign. Because again, the guys can't touch her. So the guys can only do stuff like put chairs in the ring, stuff like that. But physically, when Raquel comes into play, that'll make all the sense in the world why Liv Morgan keeps finding a way. And it makes sense, of course, because Raquel hates Rhea Ripley, because Rhea was a heel and did heelish things for a long time. And if you guys remember, this whole thing started because Rhea Ripley was beating up Natalya, and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez went to go save Natalya, and that's when Rhea Ripley said, "You're in my business." That's how this whole thing started. They were saving Natalya from getting maimed by Rhea Ripley, the heel at the time, right? So, but now they're the bad guys, right? Then Rhea Ripley cost them their tag titles, and then she took out Raquel, and then she took out Liv Morgan. This was heel Rhea Ripley, who hasn't apologized or took any blame or any responsibility for what she did. But in wrestling, pro wrestling, you don't have to do that, right? If the fans love you, that's all that really matters. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain it. It's not Game of Thrones. It's not TV, okay? It's TV, but it's not like a typical fictional show, right? With the fans love you. You don't have to explain yourself. Like, she didn't have to explain why she's now a face, or she didn't have to explain her actions previously. It's for all forgiven. It's all fine, right? That's how pro wrestling works. You don't actually have to explain yourself. Because honestly, in real life, if this is all real life, Rhea and Damian Priest are the bad guys. There are no good guys here. Rhea and Dom and Damian and Liv, they're all bad guys now. I was with Liv Morgan completely until the bad thing she did is what she did to R-Truth, right? She cost R-Truth and The Miz their titles. That was bad. She didn't have to do that. That was her decision. She decided to make a decision like that to make Rhea Ripley suffer, right? But she hurt other people to do it, right? That's what made her bad. Everything else, I would have been fine. Like, get your revenge, like arm for arm, shoulder for shoulder, like do what you got to do. She started it. But taking out R-Truth and bringing in The Miz, stuff like that, that's on her. So she's not blameless here. They're all bad guys, right? All of them, especially Rhea Ripley, honestly. I think Raquel and Liv Morgan, it makes way too much sense not to happen. She was actually at the show. Well, not at the show, but she was she's in Texas. That's where her home is. and she took a picture with Maxine. So she looked pretty good. Her face looked cool. So I'm hoping she'll be coming up soon. I think they're waiting right now to debut her at the right time. Maybe it's at Bash, maybe it's at Bad Blood, but I think she's gonna come into a big spot and save the day save Liv Morgan at least. That'll be her entry as a heel. It should be great. That's pretty much all I wanted to say about Liv and Rhea Ripley. What else happened on Raw? Let's see. Well, after I didn't talk about what happened after the match started. So Carlito came down there to save Dom. He did. Then we got the match, the Damian Priest Carlito match. Solid match, worked well. No real issues there. Then what happened? What happened? Oh yeah, Damian Priest beats Carlito. Then JD and Finn come out there. Rhea Ripley's music hits again. So she got 2 hits, not just one music hit. She got 2 hits, 2 pops for her music. She goes out there. She helps out Damian Priest. She corners Finn Balor. Finn Balor escapes, I think. Or no, he didn't escape. JD saves him and takes the bullet. So Damian Priest goes for the super kick. JD pushes Finn out the way, gets hit. Then Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest go to hug. Dominic Mysterio tried to attack them while they're hugging for some reason. Damian Priest sees it, grabs his neck, gives him to Rhea. Rhea goes for the Riptide, and Liv Morgan this time saves Dom. So last week, Dom saved Liv Morgan. This time, Liv Morgan saves Dom. What a great relationship they have. What a great relationship with love and support. So good. So good, right? And one thing I want to say, because of speaking to how Rhea Ripley is booked strong, because of how they're booked, Rhea and Damian Priest, I find myself rooting for the new Judgment Days for some reason. I think it's because of that they had that heel flavor, that heel feel to them. Dom, Liv, Finn, who never had his day. Finn should be champion at some point. Never got an opportunity to really be a champion. Carlito, it feel like a bunch of misfits almost, and because of that, I tend to root for them, even like unconsciously during the segment or sequence. I'm like, oh, let's go Liv, let's go Dom. And I think it's because of how strongly the Terror Twins are actually booked. They're like the dominant team, so not like a Judgment Day thing, or not Judgment Day. It's not like a Bloodline situation where you have overpowered Roman Reigns and he has his family members helping him every chance he gets. No, it's more of I feel bad for them sometimes, and because of that dynamic, we'll see what happens later on. Can the Terror Twins keep this level of being over as strongly as they're booked against a misfit heel faction that's booked kind of weaker? I'll be interested to see how that goes, but I found myself rooting for the new Judgment Day. Yeah. So that'll be cool. We'll see how that plays out. If I switch, if I start, maybe if Raquel comes into play, maybe I'll find myself rooting for Rhea Ripley more often when that dynamic changes. Because Raquel's a powerhouse, maybe that'll change it. I don't know if it may not. But I do find myself rooting for the new Judgment Day. So we'll see how that plays out. We didn't get like a vignette later on. Oh, well done for the new Judgment Day. It was good. He said Backstabber Balor is about. So Damian Priest, so watch out. I'm guessing Finn will interfere in the match at Bash Berlin. So that is official. We're getting Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley against Liv Morgan and Dom. That should be a fun match. I don't think the result matters because there's no actual stakes. It's more about the angle, more about the storyline, what happens there. That's where we're in now. That's the game we're playing. What is the story that's being told? How's it going to play out? What is the angle? Like, the result isn't that important. More about the angle. But we're getting this match at Bash Berlin. Should be good. Should be fun. Do I think the Terror Twins will lose? Probably not. But again, it's more about the angle. the ending of the match, how it plays out, how it wraps up. That's what I'm interested in, the storyline, not so much the result. That should be fun. Let's move on to the next topic. That's going to be Ivy Nile. So let me take a quick break and we'll talk about Ivy Nile. We're back. So, Ivy Nile, heel turn. Love it. I love that for Ivy Nile. Love it. She needed something. I said last week, Ivy Nile needed something of a change, not so much a heel turn per se, because I think people overstate that change. Like, oh, heel turn versus babyface turn. If the changer would be better. No, it's not about heel or face. It's about storyline. It's about character. I think as a heel, she'll get more stories and more developments and more stuff to do. Therefore, I think she should change. Not just change the heel for heel's sake. It's because I think it'll be better for her career, especially working with her brothers, the Creed brothers. So I think that works well. She tried to warn Maxine. I don't feel bad for Maxine. She tried to warn her as best she could. She said, hey, look, Maxine, look, okay? I don't think she'd be out there tonight, okay? Just stay back. The boys, let the boys be boys. Let the boys handle it. Just stay back, all right? Maxine would not listen. Then she said, okay, maybe I'll try to like work something out with Chad Gable. He said, no, nothing like that. I want to be with my family. So Ivy Nile was like, okay, I figured you said something like that. Cool. And she did what she had to do. I'm not mad at Ivy Nile one bit. Do your thing, girl. I'm a fan. She tried to warn you. She told her, you chose this. I laughed my ass off when she said that. She grabbed Maxine. She grabbed Maxine here and said, you chose this. I thought it was funny. That was funny. But yeah, I'm good with what she did. Good for you, Ivy Nile. This is going to give her more time on TV, more character work as a heel. I think she might be facing off, maybe, potentially, assuming they're not done with the White Six stuff. Maybe she gets a Nikki Cross match. That could be good for Maxine and, not Maxine, that'd be good for Ivy Nile and Nikki Cross. So I'm happy about it. I think this is the right move. Let her be full on heel with these two. That works well. She looks great. Let her be a heel. I love it. You chose this. That's funny. Her mean voice is still pretty cute. I thought it was pretty funny. You chose this. That was funny. But yeah, I'm happy for Ivy Nile. Now, Maxine Dupree, she's not dressing with the singlet these days. Like, obviously she looks great, but she's not really fitting in with this group right now. I don't think she's really fitting in. They may have to do something here. I don't know what, but they may have to do something to get these three more in tune and more like aesthetically together. Obviously she looks amazing, but I think they need to do something with the look here because they kind of look like three separate folk. Like, they're not really a cohesive unit here. Maybe something needs to be done from a visual standpoint. I don't know what that would be, but it's something I want to highlight there. Maybe Maxine should dress more like them. I don't know. But I think something needs to be done there just to make that more cohesive, make them look more cohesive. We also got a tease of this match, which we're going to get on NXT tonight, which should be Obafemi. So Obafemi was there on Raw. Otis confronted him. So it looks like we're getting a match between these two tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow. It's not Monday anymore. Tonight we're getting Obafemi against Otis, which should be a fun match for Obafemi and good match for Otis. That should be fun. Let's go back. So yeah, I thought the turn was good. I liked this for Ivy Nile. She tried to warn her, but she wouldn't listen. So Ivy Nile, I'm on your side. She chose this. She chose it. And I'm not hating. Now, Ivy Nile also tweeted something. Let me see what it was. Tweeted that Maxine was being dramatic, which is funny. And she's all about the heel stuff now. So good for Ivy Nile. No, you don't have to explain yourself, Ivy. You do not have to explain yourself. Hopefully everything's good. I told her congratulations. Hope this run is good for her. I'm a fan of what they're doing here. Let her cook as a heel. That's that. What else happened? We got okay. So let's talk about Xavier Woods. What I like about Raw, everybody getting a story. They're all getting stories. It's not all tag team action, okay? Why can't this be on SmackDown? I don't know. Even Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston is getting a storyline with Odyssey Jones. So Xavier Woods is upset that Kofi Kingston is making all these calls without his say. He's doing merch. He's making 6-man tag matches without his input. Little by little, you're seeing that Xavier Woods is not having it. Xavier Woods is upset. And this fool, I think Kofi Kingston is an idiot. He's being dumb. Kofi can't see what's happening right in front of him. It's obvious that Xavier Woods have a problem with what's happening here, and he's not noticing what's going on. Dude, pay attention here. Your man's is not happy, and it's clear and obvious, but he's not seeing it. So Kofi Kingston will observe the heel turn that's going to happen on him when Xavier Woods turns. I won't be mad one bit, because Kofi Kingston is being dumb. Okay. Now, Karrion Kross said that they're trying to replace Big E, and then he said trying to replace, and then he said he's trying to replace Xavier Woods. I think Karrion Kross is doing the job right now to sow some, not even him. I think Kofi Kingston doing it. I don't think Karrion Kross is really planting any seeds. I think Kofi Kingston is being dumb here and not seeing what's going on with his friend. If he was a better friend, he'd be noticing what's going on. So I think it's all on Kofi Kingston here, not Karrion Kross's fault. I think Kofi Kingston needs to be a better friend and pay attention to his friend and what's going on with him inside his head, because clear and obvious to the audience. If it's obvious to the audience, say that 2 times fast. If it's obvious to the audience, it's obvious to the audience, it's obvious to the audience. If it's obvious to the audience, then you should be picking up on it as well a little bit. He's completely oblivious to what's going on with Xavier Woods. So that should be interesting. And what I like about this, again, stories down the card. I'm looking forward to see what's happening here. I'm looking forward to seeing how they play this out. How will Xavier Woods turn? Okay, stories down the card, down the show. It's good. So we got one here for Xavier Woods. They should do more of this on SmackDown. Yes, SmackDown creative is different from Raw creative. Raw creative is way better. Way better. Not even close. But again, so next week we've got a 6-man tag match. We're gonna get the Final Testament against the New Day plus Odyssey Jones. And I think we'll get a heel turn. I think next week is Xavier Woods' heel turn. I'm looking forward to it. Let's do it. Odyssey Jones being involved made you care about it more? Yeah. I like Odyssey Jones. He's doing a good job. Yeah, adding him in the storyline made it more interesting. Yes, can I have a different element, right? You have a different dynamic here. How does Odyssey Jones play into this? How does he react to Xavier Woods' turn? You know, it's different. It's new. It's kind of fresh with Odyssey Jones in there. So that's good to see. How that now it just depends on how to execute it. Hopefully it all works out. Drew McIntyre tried to talk to what's his face? Adam Pearce about Randy Orton. That did not go well. Then we got another storyline with Pete Dunne. Again, stories down the card, right? Pete Dunne is getting into this. Or he has a story with Sheamus. How's that gonna play out? So they're doing a good job giving everybody a story. And at least they're trying, right? Unlike SmackDown. We got freaking, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. We got Pete Dunne upset about Sheamus. So he feels like Sheamus held him back. He blames Sheamus for the Butch name. He hates the Butch name. He hates the Butch name. He hates how he was perceived. He hates how people think that he was riding Sheamus's coattails. He thinks he elevated Sheamus, not the other way around. He didn't help Sheamus. He didn't benefit from Sheamus. Sheamus benefited from him. And he thinks he's the bruiserweight now, and he's not dealing with any more Butch talk. He's gonna get his payback on Sheamus to prove that he's the actual bruiserweight. He doesn't need him. He even brings up Rich Holland. He said, if Sheamus was good for me, he was good for all of us. Where's Rich Holland? Why is Rich Holland in NXT suffering with Chase U and not on the main roster? If he's so good for us, what's going on with him? Yeah, for 2 years, he had to swallow his pride. For 2 whole years, dealing with Butch. He hated Butch. Doesn't want to hear that name anymore. Don't say Butch around him ever again. We're getting hit with the shillelagh. So again, a story down the card that they're trying to give him stories here. Later on, they talked to Sheamus. Sheamus said he tried to help him, tried to elevate him. Not his fault that they were doing nothing. They're in catering when he left. Okay, not his fault. That's when Kaiser interrupted him to talk to him about getting after him. And then Pete Dunne popped up with the shillelagh and attacked Sheamus. So we're getting Pete Dunne against Sheamus down the line at some point. Again, story down the card. I love it. Keep doing it on Raw. Hopefully SmackDown get their act together. We can get actual storylines. Yeah, Sheamus' hand got broken, but with a shillelagh, looks like. So we don't know the state of his hand. Is his hand broken? Is it not? We don't know. Guess we'll have to find out later on. Wonder if they're doing Sheamus, Ludwig Kaiser, and Ilya to Berlin. Maybe. You would think Kaiser would be on the show because he's German. Maybe to do Fatal 4-Way. But for what? Just for bragging rights? No, nothing. There's no stakes. But they could do it. They could do. Maybe they can do it. It's a storyline. They hate each other. Grudge match. Pete Dunne, Sheamus, Ludwig Kaiser. Maybe at Ilya. Why not? It'd be a banger. Why not? I don't hate it. They could do that. The next we got Bronson Reed talking to Adam Pearce again. Find out that Bronson Reed got a fine. And Bronson Reed said, well, it looks like the fine didn't do much. Didn't do much to deter him because he said, hey, I'm going to go looking for a victim again. If you don't give me an opportunity in the ring, I'm going to attack somebody else. Ultimately, it ended up being that Bronson Reed would be facing The Miz. It was a fine match. Bronson Reed won. And then he started squashing The Miz with the tsunami. Then R-Truth came in the ring. R-Truth got squashed over and over and over again with the tsunami. Good spots again. Doing a very good job with Bronson Reed, getting him over with the crowd. That finisher he does is very popular. You keep doing it, you get over. All you gotta do with that finisher, all you gotta do over and over and over and over again and over again, and you get over. So good for him. The fans are liking the tsunami. We'll see how long it goes, though. How many people can he squash every week? We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of people on the roster. Enough people to go the entire year. You can go the entire year squashing people like that, you know? So we'll see how far it goes, though. I'm enjoying his storyline. Again, another story on the damn card that's getting time, that's getting over. It's not that hard, folks. It's not that hard. Have him destroy Rey Mysterio? Yeah, that could work well. Why not? Maybe destroy, maybe they do Dragon Lee against, he squashes Rey. That's how you bring in Dragon Lee to face off against Bronson Reed. That'd be a banger. Bronson Reed against Lee? Dragon Lee? That could be good. Why not? Absolutely murdered R-Truth. I wonder if R-Truth has the same internal bleeding, that Seth is suffering from. I wonder if R-Truth got the same thing. I don't know. But he did hit like 5 tsunamis, right? 5 of them. So we'll see how that goes. If he's fine, if he's not, I don't know. Then we got probably the best women's tag team segment they've done in a while. We got a vignette from Io Sky and Kairi. They're full on baby faces now. Io Sky talking in English and Japanese. So it's Kairi. Nice promo, solid, did the job. Then we got a promo from a group called the Pure Fusion Collective. Heard that right. The Pure Fusion Collective. That's the name of the group that Sonya Deville has started with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. I don't hate the name. Is it a good name? No. Just call them PFC, I think. That's what you do. PFC is what you do. That's what Pat McAfee started doing. So Pat McAfee called him PFC. I think that works fine. the Pure Fusion Collective. Yeah, it's not the best name. I don't know who came up with it. It's a mouthful. The Pure Fusion Collective. But yeah, I think I like the group. I like how they look. I like the people in it. So it's fine for now, okay? Don't give the Pure Fusion Collective so much shtick, okay? Don't give them too much hate. The Pure Fusion Collective, PFC, are a good group. I like how they look. I like the characters involved here. Sonya Deville, her in-ring has not been great since returning. Maybe she needs some time to get it together, okay? But the Pure Fusion Collective is alive and well. So let's all embrace PFC. All right. Now I like this segment for the most part. Now we'll talk about what happened in this match. Well, before we talk about the match, in the promo, PFC talked about how they took out the Party Birds. They took out Kata and Katana. They took out Dakota Kai, who's injured, by the way. She's out for 8 to 10 weeks with a meniscus tear in her knee. Folks, unfortunately, it looks like Dakota Kai is injury prone. I think the injury happened maybe on Raw when they came back. She didn't do much in the ring. Maybe it happened in Japan. I don't know, because she didn't do much in the ring when she came back and attacked PFC. So maybe it didn't happen on Raw. But she's injured again, out for 2 months. It's unfortunate, but maybe she might be a little injury prone, folks. That's just the truth of it. Gotta be honest here on this podcast, okay? Gotta be honest. I think she might be injury prone. If that's the case, how much can you push her? I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's just a blip on the radar, but she is injured a lot with her knees. Maybe something needs to be done with some of the spots she does. I don't know. I don't know what needs to be done, but she is injured again, unfortunately. We talked about how she's taking anybody out. Oh, and then, well, how they're taking anybody out. And then they also brought up the fact that Shayna Baszler, she brought it up again. She's tapped Jade Cargill, which we all saw. Jade was not supposed to tap, but she tapped, and they're not ignoring it. Okay, they keep acknowledging that she tapped out Jade Cargill. That makes Jade Cargill not look as strong anymore, but she did it. They're acknowledging it. Jade Cargill tapped, and she thinks that they should be champions because of it, and she's right. So yeah, they should be number one contenders technically, because she did tap out Jade Cargill in that match, but Jade, the ref didn't see it somehow, right? Everybody else saw it, but not the ref. So yeah, Jade Cargill is a tap artist. Okay, the world saw it. The Unholy Union was there. They sat ringside, which I liked. I like when champions are there for the number one contenders match. What we saw in the match was a big reaction for Io Sky. Io Sky got her biggest reaction from a live crowd in the WWE so far. Forget about PLEs. Talking about on Raw or SmackDown, that was her best reaction she got from the crowd. Because she's babyface, she's embracing the crowd, they know she's face, and she's so damn good in the ring. There's no way she doesn't get over. There's no way she doesn't get a good reaction because she's just so damn good. Her kip ups, her spots, her moonsaults, everything she does screams big time babyface reaction. And now that she's a face, she can get that reaction. So happy for Io Sky. She's awesome. Got a good reaction, good pop from the crowd. That's all great. Happy for Io. Happy for Io Sky. Now, at the end of the match, because what happens typically when the champion is on the sidelines watching from the ring that close, they get hit. So I don't know who gave her the super kick. Maybe it was Zoe Stark or Shayna Baszler, one of the two. But I think Kyrie or Io moved out the way, and they got hit with the kick. Alba Fire did, and then it went back to the ring. Io Sky delivered the moonsault, go for the 1-2-3, but that's when Alba Fire and Ala Dawn came in the ring and interrupted it because they were mad they got hit. Match into the DQ. They look strong. The champions stand tall and look strong, which is good to see. So now we don't know what's going to happen. So what's the question here? The question is, what's going to happen with the tag titles? Will it be defended here? Will it be a 4-women tag match at Bash Berlin? Will Bianca and Jay get a match at Bash in Berlin? Or will they do the Big 3 match at Bash in Berlin? I don't know. What's happening here? I don't know. Io Sky and the Sky Pirates and PFC are not number one contenders because the match ended the way it did. Even though Io Sky was clearly going to win there. She clearly hit the moonsault. She got the pin on Zoe Stark, but we don't know what's going to happen now. I would probably just continue the Big 3 stuff with SmackDown. I think It'll be Big Three against the I don't know what they're called, the official name. I'm going to call them the Blair Witch Project. So be the Big Three against the Blair Witch Project, probably on the SmackDown before Bash, because you guys remember, Bash Merlin, they have the SmackDown. Before that, it's also in Germany. So both those shows are in Germany. So you need something to put on the Germany SmackDown show. The PLE will have the big matches, of course, but that SmackDown usually have some type of title defense. Usually they use the tag titles for that. So you might get the Street Profits against the Bloodline on SmackDown, and we might get Bianca and Jade against, or the Big Three match. In fact, that's what I'm gonna guess. I'm guessing that now. On SmackDown in Germany before Bash, we're gonna get the Street Profits against the Bloodline, assuming Jacob Fatu can go, and we'll get the Big Three against the Blair Witch Project on that SmackDown as well. The show will have Liv Morgan on the card. There'll be Rhea Ripley on the card in that tag match. Will they put the tag titles on the line? I doubt it. We'll still have the Big Three. They can do that Big Three match on SmackDown or the PLE. Just depends, right? We'll see what they do with that. I know next week we're getting the Bianca and Isla Dawn probably, and this week we're getting Naomi and Blair Witch Project. Well, Blair Davenport. We're getting Blair against Naomi. Probably next week we'll get Isla Dawn against Bianca Belair, and then the next week will be that week in Germany. Will they put that match, the Big Three match, on SmackDown in Germany, or will it be on the actual PLE? We'll have to find out. I don't know. Yeah, Street Profits against Bloodline in Germany. I agree. That'll be the main event of that SmackDown. I think Kate and Quintana are not over. They're not. Unfortunately, they are not over. Unfortunately. Like I said, champions stand tall. Good for them. Then we got Randy not believing that The Miz can beat Bronson Reed. That was funny. Then Randy cut a promo talking about Gunther. Gunther comes out there to interrupt him. And ultimately, what happens is ultimately talking about his father and his grandfather. He says that his father and grandfather were failures, like Randy. He said Randy did not maximize his potential. He is a disappointment and all that stuff. Solid promo. I love that Gunther is a heel, a real heel. No wishy-washy stuff, a real true heel. Doesn't care about the crowd. Doesn't care about respect. He will tell like he sees it. I like that from Gunther. Drew McIntyre comes out, music hits, that distracts Gunther, and that gets Randy Orton the time to hit the RKO. And then Drew looked like he about to start jumping in the ring to beat up Randy or something like that. That's what it looked like. He's going to handle Randy, right? But that's when CM Punk came out of nowhere, attacked him. Drew McIntyre got the upper hand, took off his belt to try to whip CM Punk with it. That's the thing. It's okay for CM Punk to whip him like that at the face as long as Drew goes for it first. So Drew tried to whip him, failed. CM Punk got the belt and whipped him. So CM Punk whipped Drew McIntyre with his own belt. It looks like we're going to get a strap match. I think that's what this segment is heading towards, a strap match. That should be fun. We're going to get CM Punk and Drew McIntyre at Bad Blood maybe in a strap match. That could be interesting. Who wins that match? Probably CM Punk. I think so. A strap match of some kind will be at Bad Blood probably. So some folks thought we're gonna get a Hell in a Cell match. I think we will. But a strap match has to happen before that at some point because that's what it's headed towards based on the tease. So I wonder what will be the Hell in a Cell match. Will it be Drew and CM Punk? Will it be something else? Will it be Liv and Hell in a Cell, Rhea versus Liv with what you could do is every match has a different stipulation. That match for Drew and CM Punk, Hell in a Cell for Rhea and Liv with Raquel interfering, Raquel gets into that match, and that's how you debut the return of Raquel Rodriguez, maybe, in a Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. Maybe you do something with Cody and Randy or something like that. I don't know. But I think it might be a different stipulation for every match because it's clear to me we're getting a strap match. So I don't know if the strap match happens at Bad Blood or maybe on Raw. I don't know. But we're getting a strap match at some point. It'd be like Kane. He'll throw. I remember that match. Didn't Kane cost? Kane threw somebody into the cage wall and the cage fell and backfired. Oh, that was big. Maybe that was Big Show that did that. Big Show threw somebody into the cage wall and the cage fell and that person won. I don't remember. I'm losing it. I don't remember what happened. But yeah, Raquel was backstage, or was she backstage, or was she just in the same town because she lives there? I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that. You tell me. Was she actually backstage? Raquel. Tell me how you know that she was backstage. I know she took a picture of Maxine, but I don't know if that was at the show. Saw Raquel drive away with Liv Morgan. Oh, okay, cool. I love that. I think her return is imminent. Her return is right around the corner, which is good to see. These two need to be back together. It'll be good for the booking of Liv Morgan and Rhea. These two together. So look forward to that. I think she looks good as a heel. She works well as a heel. It'll be great. Oh, you were there, Pedro? Oh, you were there. Okay, so you saw it. You literally saw her walk away or drive away with her Liv Morgan. You saw her in person. Okay, cool. Awesome. That explains it. You were literally there. But I'm looking forward to seeing Raquel back on the screen. That should be fun. All right, what happened after that? That was the big stuff, I think, on Raw, besides the main event. Let me see. Again, that strap match. They showed Mark Henry and his son on TV. So his son will be in the PC soon enough. Mark Henry is back in the fold with WWE. It's good to see that. He met... why am I blanking on her name? My goodness. I'm not going to say... What's her name? No, not Stephanie. Why am I blanking on the name of the freaking... I hate when that happens. Samantha Irvin. Jeez. Jesus. Samantha Irvin. I got it. He met Samantha Irvin. Samantha Irvin is in WWE because of him. Samantha Irvin, Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. Those are the three women that we know of that Mark Henry reached out to get us to get a spot on to try out. So it wasn't for Mark Henry, we would not have Bianca, we would not have Jade Cargill, and we would not have Samantha Irvin. He's the one that contacted them on social media and got them a tryout. So OT's ex-Alexa Bliss. Since when did that happen? When did that happen? Are you sure? Show me. Show me your evidence. Show your homework. Oh, you think he teased him? Okay. How? What did he do? What made you say that? What happened during the... Oh, he said other doors may open? Okay, I see what you're saying. He did say that. Other doors may open and see if they take it. Okay. So other people might be joining. Others might be joining. We'll see if that actually works out the way we think it is. What else happened on the show? Oh yeah, Jey Uso once again said that he wants Sami and him to go for the tag titles, which should be predictable, like we talked about before. It'll be Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Sammy and Jay against the Judgment Day. Unfortunately for Judgment Day, they seem kind of underpowered right now. They need Raquel, and they need something else, I think. Finn, Carlito, Dom, JD. Doesn't cut it against Sammy, Jay, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. It just doesn't. They need some type of extra power, some other extra force. Whether that's a Bronson Reed or something like that. I would love to see a Jack, but that's not happening. So yeah, Raquel and someone else, some type of juice, I think, or strong, like some type of physical threat to deal with the Sami Zayn, Jey Usos, and the Damian Priest, I think. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see if they do something like that. But Jay was talking to Sami about that. Then we got the main event between Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. Good show, good main event. Braun Breaker got a great entrance, a great tracking shot that was lovely to see. They are really building him up strong. He's a force on that division. The Raw men's division, he is being pushed hard. Good for him. Great talent. I'm a fan. He's champion, beating Sami Zayn in the main event. Awesome for freaking Braun Breaker. A good show. I'll give Raw a 8 out of 10. What's your score for Raw? Mine's 8 out of 10. I'm not complaining about anything that happened. For the most part. I thought it was fine. It was all fine to good. So I'll give it an 8. Good stuff for Raw. It was the best match Braun Breaker has had with Sami Zayn. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Oh, it had that one spot. Let me show you that spot. When he caught him off the moonsault, off the barricade, and threw him over the barricade. That was great. That was such a good spot here. Loved it. So good. He caught him on the moonsault, ran over to the barricade and threw him over it. I don't know where Samantha Irvin was. She must have ran away. But it was a great spot by Braun Breaker here. He wins. He's on top of the world. Good for Braun Breaker. Loved it. Here's him. Here's Bronson Reed squashing R-Truth and Miz. Here's CM Punk with his belt. I'll talk so much I forgot I actually had these pictures loaded up here. But yeah, Braun Breaker, great talent, being elevated, being pushed. I have no issues with it whatsoever. No issues with it whatsoever. Good stuff on Raw. I give Raw an 8 out of 10. What say you? Is it also 8 out of 10? Do you give it a 7 out of 10? Do you think it was good? Do you think it was bad? What do you say? Liv Morgan is a menace on Twitter right now. She going after everybody. She went after Rhea Ripley. She went after freaking Zelina Vega. She's going after everybody online. Okay, so Kelly wants to get back in the WWE potentially. Interesting. Says you love Triple H, love working with him. Love to come back to work with him. He's awesome. So Kelly might be angling for some type of angle in the WWE. She can come back and work with Maxine Dupree. That could work fine. 7. Give it an 8. 10. Completely biased. Because you were there, right? Braun Breaker, Mrs. Berlin, maybe. We good on Kelly? Don't push out Kelly from wanting to return and do something. Let her come back and work with Maxine Dupree. I don't know. I'm kidding. I have no idea what you would do with Kelly. I have no idea. No clue what you would do. No clue. I'm lost on that. Completely lost on Kelly inclusion. Let's see, did I forget anything else? I don't think so, but maybe just look and see if there's anything that happened on Raw worth talking about that I didn't cover yet. Maxine should work with someone better in the ring. I'm sorry, folks. Maxine may not be it in the ring. She may not have it. Okay, that just might be the case. Maybe they should not be investing that much time in her in-ring. She can be a manager, she can be a character, but I don't think we're going to get a big time increase in in-ring ability at this point. I think her athleticism is limited. I think she's not that smooth in the ring. I don't think you can just learn that on the fly. I think it might be in a case where Maxine just doesn't have it in the ring, and that's okay. There are things you can do. You can be a character, you can be a manager, you can do other stuff. You don't have to be an in-ring worker. Look at freaking Ava. Ava's not freaking in-ring. She's a general manager working as the manager of NXT. There's other things you can do. You don't have to be an in-ring aficionado, all right? Maybe she can do something else. Talking about Maxine here. I'm about Maxine. I don't think an NXT run will help her at this point. I think it's a waste of time for her to go down to NXT. There's other folks that can use the development. Time to just accept it. Maxine may not be an in-ring wrestler of any type of caliber that we are expecting for WWE. Yeah, she wasn't supposed to be a wrestler anyway. She's supposed to be a manager. She's working with a freaking Max Dupree, LA Knight, right? So that's the case. She's a looker. She has a great look. That's why she's there. Bless her, giving her character work, giving her a lot of character work. She's gonna be wrestling Ivanal probably. So she's in a storyline. Better story than Bianca and Jade got right now. So if you're on Raw, they're trying. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. But that was it for Monday Night Raw. Is there any other question you guys have about anything? Any questions at all that I may have missed? Yeah, Vince called Maxine up. Yep. Any questions you guys have about anything that happened on Raw? Maxine doing Hurricane Rana's looked a little awkward. Yeah, and her doing a kip up looked awkward as well. Everything's awkward. Kip ups, the worm, it was all awkward. That's just the case. Yeah, I think Xavier Woods is going to turn next week. Next week we're going to get a Xavier Woods turn during a 6-man tag match. Something will happen. He'll probably end up getting pinned. Blame Kofi Kingston or Odyssey Jones, and we'll get a heel Xavier Woods next week. How many matches do we see in Berlin? Probably about 5. We have right now Randy and Gunther. Got Cody and CM Punk. Cody and Kevin Owens. Right now, unfortunately for that card, talked about this online. I think this card is kind of filler. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping we get some story beats or something that's interesting here. But unfortunately, this card has main events that are not compelling because we know the outcome. And I don't think I'm going to get any type of story beat coming out of this. Can we get something here? Maybe. But I think we're going to get a straightforward match. I don't see KO turning. Some folks say they think KO is going to turn. I don't see it. I think KO loses and hugs Cody Rhodes. That'll be that. Randy will lose to Gunther and go back to SmackDown. So that's over, right? There's nothing here, I don't think. Nothing here. The match to watch from a storyline perspective is the Judgment Day match against the Terror Twins. Priest, Rhea, Dom, Liv. That's the match to watch. May have Finn running in. Maybe Raquel shows up. I don't know. But that's the match, not this. These two matches, I don't think will be that compelling from a storyline perspective. Pretty straightforward matches with the endings, and it's over. That's it. No KO turn. Yeah, I saw that. I saw what Rhea Ripley did on IG. That was funny with Dom in the trash can. I saw that. But I think these matches are going to be pretty straightforward, folks. What say you? Are you expecting some type of turn or something interesting here? Not me. Straightforward matches. Again, this is a German crowd, so the crowd will be hot for anything. The crowds will pop for anything over there, overseas. So as long as it's a good match, they'll be fine. The crowd will be rocking. It'll be a good show. I don't see anything happening too interesting. I think Randy turns ultimately. Because you want to see the Randy KO match or the Randy, you want to see the Randy Cody Rhodes match ultimately. So I think Randy will turn eventually, maybe after he loses here. But KO, I don't see it. So Braun Strowman in the white six, that'd be kind of crazy. Do they need any more muscle? I don't know. Maybe another woman, maybe Alexa Bliss, but we'll see. Oh, AJ Styles, he may come back this week. He was supposed to come back last week according to reports, but they saved it. So now he comes back this week. What happens with him? Do we get a AJ Styles? Maybe AJ Styles pops up and interferes in the match. Maybe halfway through the match, AJ interferes in the KO Cody Rhodes match. And you get a KO AJ Styles feud. You do KO AJ Styles and a Randy against Cody Rhodes. That could work. KO against AJ. That's a match you could do. Why not? KO AJ. How you feel about that, folks? How you feel about that match? KO AJ. You agree? Like it? Hate it? I think it works fine. I think that works just fine. KO and AJ. Styles. It's a good match. Dominic is on Impulsive. For you guys who love the Logan Paul podcast, Dominic is on Impulsive. How did Dom get on there before Bianca Belair? Interesting. Interesting. Does Bianca's heel turn now that Bianca? Yes, probably, or maybe a tweener. I think next year, at some point next year, Bianca will turn. Does it happen this year? I don't think so. Not this year. I think after Mania season. Well, let's see what happens with Charlotte Flair. Because I think they'll probably try to run Bianca and Charlotte again. I think Charlotte will come back a face. So we'll see what happens there. Will it be like a respect thing? Face versus face? Probably. But I think ultimately, because of Rhea Ripley's being this big baby face, I think Bianca might be a more tweener thing. And I think that might work well for Bianca. Honestly, remember, fans love badass heel women. And in that feud, Bianca will be the one talking shit and being having the sass and being the heel. And I think that'll work well in a feud with the fans against Rhea Ripley. If Rhea Ripley's being more of a face, I think Bianca's going to eat her up on the mic. Honestly, here's the thing, folks. Rhea Ripley, her weakest thing is the in-ring promos. I think if she stood across the ring from Bianca, and Bianca's a heel, I think Rhea Ripley is in trouble. I think Rhea Ripley will be fine because she's so over, right? She'll be fine ultimately. But in the segments, Bianca's going to be winning those back and forths. Because by Rhea Ripley's own admission, she said it herself in many interviews, Bianca's better with words. She wishes she could articulate herself like Bianca does. She said Bianca's better with words. I think Bianca Belair on the mic as a heel will be a problem for Rhea Ripley in 2024 or 2025, really. When was the last time you saw Rhea Ripley stand across from anybody? Bianca had to cut her teeth against Becky Lynch. She had to cut her teeth against Charlotte Flair. Bianca's been in those segments, in those moments to shine against big people. She promoted against Becky. She promoted against Bayley. She promoted against Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks, for what it's worth. Even though Sasha isn't good on the mic. She had those moments on the mic. Rhea has not had those moments really going toe-to-toe, one-on-one. Especially as a face. Heel is one thing, because you get booed, that's fine. When you're a face and you're supposed to get cheered, that's a whole new animal that Bianca has had a lot of experience with. Remember, folks were saying that Bianca needed to turn heel because they're fearful that the fans would turn on her. She stood right in the center of the fire and promoted as a face against heel Becky and got the crowd behind her. That is crazy, okay? That's crazy. To be new to the game, to cut a promo against Becky Lynch and get the crowd to support you. Speaks to her not only her promo skills, but her star power. I think heel Bianca Belair will be a problem for face Rhea Ripley in ring on a live mic. It may never happen. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Bianca will be face. I don't know. But if she's heel, it'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting. Becky's not retired. She's not retired. She got options, but she'll be back. She'll be back. Netflix, folks. Netflix. That's the time to look for. When Raw is on Netflix, you're gonna hear whoa, whoa. You're gonna hear music hit. I guaranteed. When John Cena is on Raw, and she'll be right back there on Raw when the music hits. Hopefully she's a face. Hopefully she's a face. And I'm sorry. Hopefully she's heel or tweener or something. I don't like babyface Becky at this point. I don't like it. I'd rather her be heel at this point. So, but yeah, Bianca on the mic against Rhea Ripley as a face. Gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. Now I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna love it. But I think Bianca had to work overtime to get herself booed. She's gonna be such a favorite. They're gonna love it so much that I think Rhea Ripley might be in trouble. Now Bianca said when she's a heel, she wants to be a right heel, the proper type of heel. So I think Bianca will go out of her way to get booed. She'll try to get the fans to boo her really, really bad. So Rhea will probably be fine. She'll be fine. But that's gonna be quite a sight to see. Yeah, probably like Becky Lyra. That's the match to do. That's the match. Anti-hero, tweener, heel. There's not a face. I don't want to see face the man. Give us a new project, as in like a new like character to bring forth. I want to see something new. Maybe not the man certainly. If it's big time Bex, a different iteration, something different here. I do not want to see the man has come back and I fight for the people and I fight for this because I care about this. I don't want to see that. That was painful to watch her cut promos against Rhea Ripley doing that stuff. I want her to be creative. She loves being a heel. Let her work. Let her cook as a heel or a tweener, something different. Maybe she comes after Lyra. Maybe she comes after someone else on the Raw. I don't know. But no, please don't give me babyface Becky Lynch on Raw, please. Yeah, I saw Liv Morgan and Zelina going back and forth. That was funny. She said that Zelina Vega was cutting her own vignettes, doing her own vignettes. That was funny. Let's see what Liv Morgan is tweeting right now. Apply. LOL Liv. Oh, Jake Cargill getting in here. Girl, you're sitting at home making your own vignettes. Shut up. Now, Jake Cargill is being messy here. Because Jake Cargill and Zelina Vega got a little bit of beef. I don't want to say beef, okay? There was a little spat they had online, right? When Zelina Vega says something about Jake Cargill trying to dress like her, or something like that. Some weird comment Zelina put out there. Jake Cargill snapped at her online, and then Jake Cargill deleted it. So if you deleted the tweet, that means a little too spicy for you. You didn't actually want to put that out there. That was too spicy, right? So now Jake Cargill getting back into it, laughing at Liv Morgan going after Zelina Vega. Oh, they're going back and forth. Okay, let's look at this. Please. I get a live mic almost every week. I'm the women's champion. I'm the show darling. Oh, lovely. Nice little word thing there. I like that. I'm sorry you can't relate, but maybe you get the mic a little bit more. People are actually in the arena cared about you being, oh, wow. Liv Morgan is a problem. You always have your Twitter trends. Oh, wow. Their friends is all good, but heel Liv Morgan is a problem. Wow, maybe she actually better at the comeback because she had time to sit and think about that all day. Basically saying her mic skills are crap. That's what she's saying here. God forbid you give her a live mic. Woo! Okay, this is getting kind of real because the fans feel this way. The fans say Liv Morgan can't cut a promo. The fans talk about how Zelina Vega is not like featured on TV, right? Interesting back and forth here. But again, it's all in good fun. It should be. It should be all in good fun. Girl, sit at home. Girl, you're sitting at home making your own vignettes. Shut up. That is hilarious. Now she did start it. She started it, right? Since Lena Vega, ultimately she started it. She started it. You can't get mad at Liv Morgan at all because Lena Vega got into it here by saying she wants Dominic's sloppy seconds. She said she wants Dominic's sloppy seconds. She wants Rhea. That was her getting into it. Okay, if you grin, you're in. That's what you say at the barbershop. If you grin, you're in. If you're laughing at something else or getting into it, if I say a joke to you about you and someone else laughs, oh, you grin, you're in. Oh, you laughing? Okay, now I'm coming at you now. So she put herself into it. She can't complain about anything. She inserted herself in this little feud here between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. So Liv Morgan is in her right to come back at her. Girl, sit at home making your own vignettes. That's hilarious. But Jade Cargill is being messy because Jade Cargill jumping in here and she got nothing to do with it whatsoever. But I don't care. It's fine. I mean, it's all good. I don't care that Jade Cargill's laughing at her. That's funny. Jade Cargill's like, LOL, Liv. Now, don't let Zelina see this. She'll come at you again. It's funny. It's nothing serious. It's nothing serious. Yeah, this is great. Let's see if she's had anything else to say. No, that was it. Liv Morgan having a good old time going at folks on Twitter these days. That's why it's got to be you. They didn't accept you, but I do. Good stuff. Fun stuff. Not serious. It's all. Look at them trying to like hype this up. It's all in good fun. Liv Morgan didn't have to fry Zelina. She didn't get fried that hard. Was it a fry? Yes, but it wasn't that hard. Okay. Oh look, Nikki Cross is putting out something. Maybe she's gonna be on TV soon in a match against Ivy Nile. Maybe. Liv and Dom were in your section. That's cool. You get a picture. All right, folks. That is it for the stream. I don't think I missed anything. So that's it for the stream. Do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you're watching this on replay. Wrap this up. Rhea Ripley, she's not booked too strong. I just think she gets too much time relative to other folks. They should spread out the wealth, spread out the time, spread out the creative energy to everybody else, not just her. I know Triple H loves her. That's his daughter. I get it. But maybe someone else needs some storylines, some push, some TV time, not just Rhea Ripley open up the show all the damn time. Let some other women open up the show. I don't know. The problem is no other woman is being pushed that hard. So there's no mid-card titles, nothing. So I don't know who else will get pushed. I did do the QA. I did do the Q&A, Pedro. But yeah, give them something else, you know? All right, folks, that's it for the stream. Talk to you guys later. Peace.